So I am going to do a quick tutorial on how to make a t-shirt into a crop top. I'll kind of come around for you guys to see really quickly. So basically the way I do it, you're going to get sort of these long open holes. I crop them just so they're shorter, and I'm not making them like spaghetti straps, tank tops. There's another method for that, and I don't personally like that method. This is really great for if you have a t-shirt that maybe sits too tight at the bottom. I'm like smaller waisted and bigger hips, if that makes sense. So shirts that go longer, they kind of, hug to my hips, and they can make you look wider that way. So yeah, so follow along, keep watching if you want to see just a really quick tutorial. There's some of these shirts that I'm not going to cut into tank tops. I'm going to just make them into a crop top. So I will start with just the t-shirts that we're going to make into a tank top. So the nice thing about a lot of the graphic tees like this one is that you can kind of base off where you want to crop them, where the graphic is. And I will say for guys, you don't have to crop it, but you can make them into like a muscle tank. And I'll show you in this tutorial how you're going to get like that deeper cut if you want it to be lower and be more like workout shirt looking, or if you want it to be higher. Like myself, I'm making these mostly so I can wear around the house or whatever. But this t-shirt, like for example, just fit kind of tight. It's a size extra small, and it wasn't really like sitting all that great. So the first one that I have is this Justin t-shirt. I've actually never worn it. You can see the tags are still on it, and I don't really know why I've never worn it. First thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a flat surface. Use the floor, use a table, something that has enough space to actually put your t-shirt down. Move the camera down. So that's the first step that you want. Another thing is I'm going to show you how I do it because my scissors are not very sharp. So it takes a little bit more effort. If you can get some super sharp scissors, be careful, don't hurt yourself, but get really sharp scissors. So you want to flatten it out as much as possible. We're going to cut those off, so we'll be fine. Flatten it down. So then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. You're going to make sure that all of your seams are lining up. So the t-shirt seams where the sleeves are, make sure that it lines up with the bottom part as much as possible, because that's how you get them symmetrical, obviously. So line the bottom of the t-shirt up, line the sleeves up. We're folding it hot dog style, as they say. Okay, so we have it hot dog style. So the next thing is to determine how much sleeve you want to leave. So the sleeve from the collar to the end here, how much do you want to leave there? For this one, I did 5 fingers. I have pretty small hands, so kind of come up to right here and do however many fingers you want across. Some of the other ones that you maybe have seen in some pictures, I did 4 fingers, so they're a little higher up this way. So just depending on how much space you want to leave in your tank top, if you want it to come straight down through your armpits, or if you want it to be a little bit shorter, or if you want like a spaghetti strap sort of vibe, then you're going to want to cut further in, closer into your collar. But the collar is how we base the sleeves. The next thing you're going to do is the incision that we're making is underneath the t-shirt sleeve. So kind of right under here. So we're making an incision up here next to the collar. So we'll do 4 or 5 fingers out from there, make a cut, and then you're going to come up under here where the sleeves are both folded over, and you're going to cut next to this seam. So if you want it to be higher up this way and not gape down as much, you're going to do closer to this sleeve. If you want it to be like this gaping hole all the way down, then that means you're going to want to come further away from that natural seam line and cut upward. So what we're doing is, because like I said, my scissors are not really that sharp. I'm making 2 incisions just so I know where to cut when I unfold the t-shirt. But basically for me, I like most of mine similar to this one, so I'm going to leave that the same way. So we get our scissors, and the first incision we're going to make is down here underneath the 2 sleeves. Like I said, I like mine to be higher up under the armpit. So I pretty much just cut mine right underneath that armpit. So I'll show you. So here is the sleeve line, and then there's my incision. So I cut, I don't know, maybe ½ an inch to an inch underneath the sleeve line through both sides, so when I unfold it and we're cutting through them, they'll match. So same thing next to the seam line up top. Like I keep saying, you're basing it off of where the collar is. So for me, I like to do about 4 to 5 fingers, depending on how thick I want it to be. This one, I'm going to do 5 fingers. The one that I'm currently wearing, like I said, I did 5 fingers, and some of the previous ones I did 4 fingers. So this one, about 5 fingers. Come all the way to the edge. Don't come like down here. Come all the way to the edge with your fingers. 5 fingers, about right here. Take this guy, make quick little incision. Okay. I'll show you just for practice. So again, collar line, incision. So about, it's hard to do your hand like angled that way, but it's about 5 fingers, 4 or 5, maybe a little bit over 5 fingers from the collar up here to the incision. So then unfold your t-shirt. Now this is where, if you had thicker scissors or better scissors, better quality scissors than I do, you could have just left it folded and cut from incision to incision. What you're doing is cutting around the sleeve, so you're kind of curving it around. So you can see how in this one the incision was down here and one incision was up here, and I just kind of cut around the sleeve line. So if you want it a little bit more pristine, you can cut literally like around the sleeve. I kind of just eyeball it a little bit. I'll pop incision at the top where the collar is. And this part you kind of have to use both hands carefully. So I kind of grab and have the scissors in between my fingers. There's no way that I could possibly show you that if I only have one camera. But you kind of want to keep it taut so that you're not like losing material or cutting in less of a straight line. So as much as you can, just kind of keep it tight on there, and then cut towards your other incision down underneath the armpit. So you're kind of cutting, let's see if I can see, straight towards that incision. So that's what the first side looks like. So it'll be kind of from this incision down to that incision. We just cut the circle off. We'll do the other side. We'll do the other side. Same thing. Cutting downward towards the incision at the bottom. Alright, so that's our sleeve. Like I said, if you have thicker scissors, nicer scissors, and you cut it all in one fell swoop, obviously you're going to be a little bit more guaranteed to have complete symmetry between both sides. I don't have that, so I pretty much just keep as close to the sleeve line as possible when I'm cutting it, because that should be symmetrical on both sides on your t-shirt, and that helps me a little bit more guaranteed that they're going to be as symmetrical as possible. So for guys, you're probably not going to want to crop the tops as much, but for girls, comfy loungewear crop tops are definitely in season and style right now, and why not make some out of old t-shirts that you don't really like or wear anymore? So guys, you're probably going to want to just leave it like this and have a nice little tank. I'll probably do some of these for Nick. He doesn't know that yet, but I probably will. And so for girls, the nice thing about, like I was saying, the graphic tees is it kind of gives you an idea of where to make your incision. Graphic tees typically are created, especially if they're unisex tees, to kind of centralize through most torsos. So the main area of the graphic is supposed to be in the middle of a standard size torso. I am only 5'4", so most of the standard sizing does not fit me. It's a little too high up for me. So I have to kind of gauge it a little bit differently, but for the most part, this t-shirt, I know that I'm probably going to want the cropped part to be. Like I'm saying, the nice thing about most graphic tees is I can just cut right underneath where that graphic is. So for this one, you can see that I had to cut a good portion lower, but I just knew naturally looking at the t-shirt that this graphic was placed higher on the t-shirt on me. So that's a good kind of gauge for where to cut the cropped part is just right underneath the graphic. So for this one, same thing. This one's kind of a standard size, I think, too, or standard graphic placement. So I can cut pretty much right underneath it. I usually give myself a little bit of room because after you wash these, they will naturally start to curl under, kind of either up like this or down underneath, and the same thing with the sleeves. So that's just unavoidable when you wash them. They kind of are naturally going to do that. So I like to leave a little bit of space lower just to give it space to curl up after I've washed it a couple of times. So there's not really a rhyme or reason to this one. I typically just get in there and cut. Kind of the same thing. I'm going to leave a couple of inches or maybe an inch or so. Again, I don't know if you can see from this method better, but I'm grabbing the material and holding it while I'm cutting as I'm going along. That just helps, A, make it easier to cut, and B, kind of assures a little bit more that you're cutting. You like my back, you guys. I'll cut this way. You can face it. A little bit more that you're cutting like in a straight line, basically. If you're pulling it more taut, you know that you're doing good. And honestly, I just kind of spread it out every couple of inches just to make sure that I'm keeping a similar line. Now, some of you probably want the kind that goes lower in the front down to the back. In that instance, you're going to need to cut it in two parts. You're going to need to do the top section first, like the front section first and the front section, or the last together section last. If anybody wants like a specific tutorial on that, I can do one separately. That's a little bit of a different method than just cutting it straight across like this one. Got to the end. Next thing about the cloth is you can make other things out of it. So keep the cloth if you want to. And that is our cropped little tank top. So this one's a little bit longer than my typical one. Yeah, so that's how we crop that. Yeah, so that is a really quick tutorial on how to crop t-shirts into tank tops. So I hope you guys make some cool fun stuff and tag me if you make some fun stuff, and let me know if you need any other types of tutorials on stuff. I'm having a lot of fun doing this kind of stuff, so I would love to help you out if you need anything else. But thanks for watching.